Hey everybody, happy Sunday. I hope that wherever you are and whatever you are doing, you are having an amazing weekend. Just as a little warning, if you haven't watched the chicken and garden update yet, by all means go and watch it after you have watched this. But there's a bit of a Discovery Channel, Wildlife Channel moment in it. My chickens may have captured and ate a mouse. So I don't show anything graphic, but know that is part of the chicken and garden update today. And I guess that is something that I should probably warn you about if you haven't already watched it. Anyway, that's not what I want to talk to you about today. I want to talk to you about what I did this week. So hopefully, as you know, if you watch the main channel, I went all the way down to San Diego on Tuesday, got up very early in the morning, left the house at 3 a.m. and managed to knock my truck into this wall, and I've done a little bit of damage to the bumper because it was so dark here and I wasn't fully awake. And then I flew down to San Diego with Em, and we filmed a first drive report of Aptera Gamma. I got to drive it. There was a little bit of a mishap, which we caught on camera. If you haven't watched that video, go watch it because it explains everything. And then we drove back, and I think we got back here. I think I pulled back into the house at 10 p.m. So I left at 4 a.m, and I got back here at 10. So pretty good day, long day, but very enjoyable day. Thanks to Aptera and everybody else for making us feel comfortable and welcome there. But what that trip was kind of unusual. It's very rare that automakers give you access to pre-production vehicles or prototypes in any shape or form. Sometimes some of the big German brands, Audi and Volkswagen, do it. They'll invite a select group of journalists out to drive a pre-production vehicle, and there'll be some quite strict restrictions on what can and cannot be said on camera. So, for example, Volkswagen and Audi, if they invite you out to an event where you get to drive what is essentially a camouflage car, you often can't show any interior details of the car. So you can't show the dashboard, you can't show the touchscreen display. You can show you sitting in the car talking to the camera, and you can show the car from outside, but you can't show any kind of details. You're not allowed to talk about specifications. Literally all you can do is talk about your driving experience. How does this feel to drive? What does it feel like? How does it handle? What's the acceleration like? And again, you're giving your personal verdict on a vehicle that has yet not had official specs or anything else released. So those kind of experiences very often come with a disclaimer. Hey, this is a pre-production vehicle. We've not been given official specs, and things may or may not be representative of what the end product is. And as a journalist, I really like that, right? I really like being able to get out and test and experience a vehicle before it launches. But I'm curious, is that something that you enjoy? Or are you among the group of people who very often puts in the comments, oh, not another pre-production vehicle or not another prototype? Why can't we just get the real thing? And a lot of people seem to be very dismissive of any kind of pre-production prototype, any kind of production intent vehicle, unless it is a vehicle that they know that they'll be able to buy at a dealership within a couple of months. They don't want to know about it. And I'm curious as to, first, why that is, but also why, if you are someone who likes to know about a pre-production vehicle, why that is something that you find interesting. From my perspective, I love seeing that journey. And I think it's important for automakers to communicate that developing a new vehicle or a motorbike or whatever else it is you're making. In fact, it's not just true of the auto industry, it's a whole thing. Making a product is difficult. Getting that product ready for market is really, really extraordinarily complicated and hard. And sometimes things go wrong. I am a Kickstart backer of something called a chompy. It's like this little digital musical instrument that's a sampler that you can record samples into, and then you can play it on a keyboard. And I have a chompy. I am one of the Kickstarter backers. I kickstarted it back in, I think, February, March. And I bought it for myself for my 45th birthday, which is in just over a week's time. And I wanted something fun and different, and I really fell in love with the Kickstarter plan. And I've really been very engaged in the process, and I've been watching this product go from a concept to, hey, we've got all the parts, we're putting together the boards, we're going to start shipping them out soon. That's the process, and I really enjoyed watching that. In the past, I've kickstarted other projects and other products. So I have kickstarted a film, and I got to see all the behind the scenes stuff before this film actually made it onto YouTube. I kickstarted the original Pebble and also the Pebble Time. And so I got those watches through Kickstarter and crowdfunding campaigns, and I got to see those. And it seems to me, from the inside looking out, that a lot of people like a product that is kickstarted to get regular updates, because then they kind of get validation and confirmation that they are going to actually see the product that they've put hard money down. But if they haven't put money down, they don't want to know anything about it until it is ready to buy. Is that the same for EVs? Is that the same for cars, trucks, anything else? I know a lot of people were very, very pleased that we got to see Aptera Gamma, that we got to drive it. And I worked really hard, I worked really hard to make sure that when I was recording that video, I reiterated, look, this is a pre-production vehicle. This is kind of rare that we get access to a pre-production vehicle like this, but also anything I say in this video needs to be listened or watched to with the caveat that things may change if there is a production vehicle. And the word "if there is a production vehicle" is a valid thing to say, because Aptera is pushing forwards to its production intent. We still don't know if it will actually bring that vehicle to market. That last bit, from the prototype to the production intent to series production, that's the hardest bit. And so hopefully my experiences this week gave people a good representation of how much progress has been made and how much more there is to do. In the same way that, you get those Kickstarter backers videos that say, hey, we're here and we've got to go all the way to here. But I'm curious if you would just rather companies just push out vehicles. I know from Tesla, for example, a lot of people have got very frustrated that Cybertruck has taken so long to go from here is what we're going to make to it's now coming and we're going to start deliveries on November 30th. And a lot of people are like, I just want to know when it's ready, and then I'll go and spend money on it and I'll back it. So tell me which of those camps you fit in the comments below, and let me know if you have an alternative solution. Maybe a hybrid option is the way forwards. And maybe it's okay to get access to early prototypes and pre-production and concepts, as long as that company has a path forwards to production. But maybe, like me, you get a little irritated if the company keeps announcing products and prototypes and doesn't actually let anybody near it. That I find more frustrating than a company that goes, hey, this is a bit rough around the edges, but, suck it and see. Anyway, before I go, do make sure that you go and buy the t-shirt that I'm wearing. This is the Nevermore, the Edgar Allan Poe t-shirt with the oil pump and the raven. It is our most popular t-shirt to date. I am blown away by how many have been sold. Please keep buying them, because you're supporting the channel when you do that. And it's given us renewed interest for t-shirt designs for the holidays. So if you have any ideas for things you'd like to see for the holidays, let me know and I'll pass it on to Erin. If you've got thoughts, make sure you leave them below in our Discord chat room, or you can reach out to us on Mastodon. Thanks to the amazing list of people scrolling by on your screen right now. They are some of more than 1,500 people who help fund this channel through Patreon and YouTube, covering our bills, paying our team, and making sure that we can be 100% independent. If you'd like to join them and see your name listed here, just follow the links below. There's a range of different options you can sign up for, from as little as $1 a month, or if you pay yearly, just under $11 a year. Special shout outs go out to our newest Patreon supporters: Sean Instani, AF Mooney, Mel, Stokey Phil, George M. Molesky, Mad Dog Reynolds, Lester Edwards, and Chris Beeson. And if Patreon or YouTube isn't your thing, you'll find links below to support us with a one-off donation through Ko-fi or Bitcoin. And we even have an old-fashioned PO box that you can reach us at, address also below. And if you're in need of some swag, you'll find our swag store in the down below too. We've got some great content coming up, so make sure you're subscribed to us on PeerTube or YouTube, and we'll see you soon. We make new videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. If you want more, the mighty algorithm thinks you'll like this video, but we think this one is also well worth a look. See you soon, and as always, keep evolving.